Good morning. It's Monday, September 29th, and that means two things. There is nothing so upsetting as to a person with no imagination as offering them something imaginative. Also, it's time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Technologies. And again, shout outs to them for sponsoring our Wednesday night out on at the NAILD convention. That was September 23rd. They paid for our drinks, they paid for our food, they paid for us to enjoy a good time, and some prizes went around as well. Again, if you missed out, well, that just means you got to plan your next. You got to plan ahead. You got to be ready for the next NAILD convention because we do party more than anything else, I think. Otherwise, let's get into the news because NAILD has published another bit of correspondence between the DLC as well as their partner DNR International Consulting. This has to do with still unanswered questions about their financial arrangements. We have 5 big questions with NAILD's concerns about the DLC with Matt and Devin talking to Al Uzinski. Do listen to that episode. Cooper has bought Nemalux with a new deal for specialty lighting vendors. No details on price or personnel, but we'll see how that goes. The IES has introduced or updated 7 standards last week with a new version of LP30 for color rendition. We have RP43 for exterior lighting. We have a new LP6 for control systems, a new LP8 for commissioning processes. We have RP46 for supporting physiological and behavioral effects of lighting inside during the day. And we also have RP42 for dimming and control method designations. Lumka USA has merged with Sternberg. They will now be working as Lumka by Sternberg. The U.S. Department of Energy has celebrated $13 billion in energy cuts. These are unallocated funds from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act that have been assigned to a new tax cut. That $13 billion figure does not include the hundreds of millions that were withdrawn from allocated projects for wind and solar. On the tariff tracker, we have a new U.S. chip tariff directly targeting outside manufacturers. The CEO of Citadel, Ken Griffin, has accused the current administration of playing favorites when it comes to tariff exceptions. NEMRA has released their Rep of the Future Vision 2030 report. It's upbeat, but not especially specific. ABB is expanding their R&D facility in Mississippi with a $100 million investment. Brightline has been backed by FERC with a new efficiency collaboration. Acclaim has rebranded with a new logo, new website, and new tagline. 44 different NGOs have signed an open letter calling for changes to OSHA, specifically to avoid placing fines on businesses without due investigation, and also calling out ergonomics, a thing that we might like to have as more people do office work, possibly. Q4 at LSI shows 20% growth. Canada Post workers have walked off work. This is a nationwide strike in face of proposed reforms. The former GE plant in Ravenna, Ohio, is now listed for sale. 37 acres are coming to market. Glamex has partnered with Tenet with a new offshore wind deal in the UK's North Sea. Wesco has partnered with Kojo to help their order tracking. Floss has opened a new design space in Chicago. This is inside the Lightology building. Peachtree Lighting has a new website. It's neat. Coastal Source Partners has partnered with Lutron for new outdoor lighting products. NEMA has launched a new career development platform. It's online right now. In rep agency updates, Sesco has bought Smith Lighting in Oklahoma City. On the event side of things, the IALD, the International Association of Lighting Designers, has named their keynote speaker for their convention. Amy C. Oliver will be kicking off their show in 2025. Messe Frankfurt has planned a new show in Uzbekistan. The Intelligent Building Expo of 2026 will run May 20th to 22 in Tashkent. We have a webinar coming up from the Design Lights Consortium about their Luna Committee, specifically talking about specifying controllable low CCT and amber lighting to combat light pollution. Cree LED and ADJ have settled with a limited license agreement for LED components, ending that court case. Executives at Midstream have now been accused of fraud and embezzlement. This is part of their ongoing Chapter 7 bankruptcy proceedings. And FSG set up some fancy lighting at a mega mall, and nobody got paid for it, and now they don't know who to sue because it's all stuck in a shell game of who actually owns the mall itself. In IoT news, Tridonic has bought Novalite. This smart city acquisition is low on details. 5G is modernizing U.S. manufacturing at a rate previously unprecedented. This is a new report from the National Association of Manufacturers and the CTIA. Itron has partnered with Current for new smart streetlight products. MW Connect has partnered with Networked Thermostat to help network thermostats. Siemens has signed a new MOU with Merck. This is a partnership that will bring AI and integrated software together. Brian Lucier wants you to listen to his episode of the Lighting Controls podcast, in which he explains that you also want to go to Boston Lights 2025. Deco has partnered with Home Creations with a new smart home construction planning for new developments in Oklahoma and Texas. SensorWorks has added digital controls with new addressable switches. CEDIA has published the Residential Lighting Best Practices Guide. This guide is based on people who paid for booths at CEDIA 25. Eaton has announced a new collaboration with Autodesk. This is a new energy management platform. In research and development, red light improves the antioxidant and anti-cancer activities of Fisherella. That is a pharmaceutical cyanobacteria that can be bolstered with new technologies. Circadian light is recommended for zoos. This is a new study of health and activity of marmosets. Social light field theory is a new thing that has been proposed in a paper about footpath lighting. This study calls for giving a priority to actually recognizing people's faces as they approach, specifically as a way to make people feel safer. We have a research model for CCT and mood. This is an Indonesian study calling for lighting to be correlated with desired alertness of occupants. We have a new daylighting model based on new sensors for work plane illuminance. The GLA University of India has listed light pollution as an emerging pollutant. This is a new paper in environmental management. And welcome to the party, pals. Also, you can only see purple if it's in the center of your POV. This is a new study that has determined that the arrangement of cones in your eye means that your ability to pick up certain colors in your peripheral vision just doesn't happen. On the dark side of things, FCC is reducing environmental oversight in space, meaning more satellites will go up with less supervision, and that's probably bad. Winter light therapy is boosting the mental health of Chinese teens. Lapalala Wilderness Nature Reserve is the first park recognized by Dark Sky International in South Africa. Nasby, New Zealand is the country's first dark sky community. Cataloochee Ranch and The Swag in North Carolina are dark sky approved lodging facilities in North Carolina. Allen, light at night, still bad for your health. Also, it leads to excessive gestational weight gain. That's right, we're fat shaming fetuses for light pollution. Allen also continues to disrupt menstrual cycles. Hospital patients in Jordan are still self-medicating with sleep aids over the counter types. In New Zealand, bats are doing better under amber LEDs. We have also determined that light pollution increases the activity of tiger mosquitoes. Salvador Barra has published a new paper on light pollution regulations in the Kingdom of Spain, what are the challenges and what are the perspectives. Dr. Austin Rurda was on Restoring Darkness to talk about cones and human eye and color vision. Turtle unsafe lighting is still on in Glynn County, Georgia. That's a Buc-ee's that is visible to turtles from 12 miles out. The Church of Latter-day Saints has broken ground on a temple in Las Vegas after months of hemming and hawing about light pollution variables. Virgin Utah continues to debate a possible dark sky bylaw. Cottonwood, Texas is looking for a dark sky designation. Migration season advocacy is ongoing in North Texas and Oregon, Allen and Illinois, and College Station, Texas. And in Raleigh, North Carolina, they're actually turning the lights off, not just raising awareness. In Bel Air, Texas, we have a new debate on sign variances, and Miami has approved a 10-story LED billboard over complaints. In horticultural news, the controlled agricultural industry can't get enough potash due to international tariffs. Indoor produce can't take off in Japan. Perhaps they should consider charging $20 for a strawberry. Green Tech has opened their first facility in North America. Gordon and Signify have partnered with a new energy program. Prince Edward County, Ontario's mushroom farm is going to close its doors pretty soon. In recommended reading, there's a lot of these this week, so I don't blame you for not reading all of them, but check out NAILD.org to get all these links and more. We have the future of U.S. manufacturing. It's not the same as the past of U.S. manufacturing. We have a discussion of kilowatt hours versus MMBTU metrics for measuring energy use and which is better, how to perfectly layer your lighting, what an EU looks like without Chinese raw materials. We have search marketing being dead and gone. Thanks. Utilities and the FCC feud over who controls poles. LEDVance has a discussion of lighting for data centers. We have how to plan window cleaning for your daylighting systems. We have how to use white or yellow LED in your commercial spaces. What tech trends are truly burned out. Angela Larson of Savant has been profiled. We have the role of darkness in the advocacy of the Navajo Nation. We have Michael Flogel confronting LED hysteria. But how do you clean hard-to-reach fixtures? Sean Savoy is tackling LED and lighting at TEDx St. Louis. Please note, TEDx talks are not actually arranged by the TED Foundation. We have the word of the week, Gegenschein, which is when you can see sunlight at night because it's so dark. You can actually see light bend around the earth. We have why do lighting reps carry so many lines. We have how home lighting affects men's mood. It's exactly the same as how it affects women, because I don't actually recommend reading that article. What you should read is Understanding Circadian Lighting under Well 2. We have an NHL player's guide to sleep optimization. We have a guide to fishing near lighthouses on Chesapeake Bay. We have the question of whether or not plaster lighting from the 80s, is it back? And what do the owners of Uline, makers of most of your boxes and half of your packing tape, spend all those profits on, really? We have case studies from the University of Hawaii at Manoa and how to turn a call center into a school. In local news, various layers of government are now divided on the most recent repeal of the harm cause of the EPA. We have a private-public partnership for security in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Montour Falls, New York has been given the highest honor in the State Climate Smart Community Program. Montgomery, Texas, streetlights just haven't worked in a year. San Francisco, California is shifting their lighting plans to pedestrian safety. Baton Rouge, Louisiana is expanding their LED streetlight network. The Art Academy of Cincinnati is seeking $250,000 in security grants from the city or the state, or, I don't know, a helpful donor if they've got any cash lying around. We have multiple millions of dollars in RBG lighting for Toronto landmarks going ahead. as a pretense for promoting the World Cup or whatever. I don't know. We have new lighting at Tennessee State University being completely unable to repel a mob that invaded the campus. Namco, Acuity, and Milwaukee Public Schools have partnered on a new smart building project, or set of smart building projects, I should say. Berkeley County, South Dakota schools are securing new rebates. We have new lighting for tech schools in Humble, Texas. St. Johns County, Florida, is blaming cyclists for not having enough lighting on them when they get run over by large cars. Internationally, Oxfordshire in the UK has committed to late-night street light outages on purpose. They'll be dimming after midnight in order to save money on energy this winter. And Schneider Electric's Évreux, France distribution center has been named a sustainability lighthouse. In sports news, we have a new cola sign at Citi Field Stadium in New York. In People News, Roland Wolf, late of Harlow Lighting, is now at Swarovski Optic North America as their CEO. Bill McQuaid is now the president of ASHRAE. NEMA has named their annual award winners. We have new board members at Siemens Mobility. We have a recap of People Moves. And the things that I think are weird or fun, you can measure your heart rate with your Wi-Fi. And UNESCO is planning on confronting climate-related disinformation ahead of COP30. I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time, your attention. I want to thank all our sponsors. And I want to mention that every fall I do a little thing called Extra Life for Kids. It is a charity marathon where I play video games for 25 hours straight, or until I fall asleep at 5:30 in the morning playing Tetris, whichever comes first. But again, it supports the Hospital for Sick Kids in Toronto. And if you have time to donate, that link is again at nailed.org. I want to thank you again. I want to thank everyone who saw me at the con, but I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself.
The sun, the moon, the stars, and you. I live, I breathe, I die for you. My heart, my mind, my soul, my life. The cheating husband to the trophy wife. I feel alive and dead, wondering aimlessly if I'm correct. And what should I expect when suddenly I'm faced with the impending reject? Stars and you, I lie, I steal, I kill for you. My happiness, my misery. As long as there is you, there is me. I feel alive and dead, wondering aimlessly if I am right. And what should I expect when suddenly I'm faced with life without you inside? I feel alive and dead, wondering aimlessly. And what should I expect when I face you suddenly? it burns, the moon it shines, the stars they guide, and you are mine. The sun it burns, the moon it shines, the stars they guide, and you are mine. Breathe, I die for you. My heart, my mind, my soul, my life. My heart, my mind, my soul, my life. My heart, my mind, my soul, my life. My soul, my life. My soul, my life. My